And he's loose again. Edwards off the running. Punched it back down to Edwards. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now. And they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Riley Williams. Goes to the free. Touchdown.
All right, everybody, welcome into another edition of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast, live edition. It's bowl season. Hope everybody's having a great Christmas, Merry Christmas season, a Happy New Year coming up. Before the next time we talk to you, we're doing a little different today. Just gonna BS a little bit instead of doing the ticker. We've had people say like, don't do the countdown. So
here we are,
guys.
Now you get our mugs for an extra minute.
That's right. Aren't they beautiful? Blake will join us here shortly. He probably, doesn't mind missing the part where we yap about Michigan anyway.
Probably not.
So obviously, there's a lot of things going on, in the college football world with bowl games going on, all opt-outs. But what's dominated, Trevor, has been Michigan, and we'll talk about that shortly. We're going to talk about the playoffs. We're going to talk about some of these other bowl games that are on the docket coming up that are fun matchups.
That's right.
So all that is on the ticker for tonight. Trev, outside of that, you've been able to catch any games, the bowl games? I know you've been driving and been busy.
I have been driving a lot this holiday season. I've caught a few of the games. Georgia Southern, I was watching them earlier today. Yeah. They looked really good. They played a pretty good game. But yeah, I've been trying. I watched some of the main ones, but I've really kind of just been kind of waiting for this week. Really,
one of my favorites was the old turd in the punch bowl is what we called it. What we thought was going to be a national championship caliber game.
Oh yeah,
and it was Penn State, Clemson, and the Bad Boys Pinstripe Bowl.
And what a snooze fest it was for 3 quarters, I feel like.
Oh, my gosh, dude. But Penn State comes out.
Of course they did. Why not?
It's the Big Ten. I mean, even though the bottom's good. So, unlike the SEC, right, where you're losing to Houston as LSU. What's going on with that? But either way, guys, we're going to get into it now. And, like I said, Blake will join us shortly. But like you said, dominating the headlines. It's not just because we're Michigan fans. It's just what it is. Obviously Sherrone Moore was fired. We had Michigan had the coaching search going on, and everybody was, focused in on DeBoer. And then it was Dillingham, the guy. And then he said that they never hired or offered him a job. And then out of nowhere, Biff Poggi, he's going on, podcast like, hey, we might lose a bunch of people. We don't get a head coach here soon. And then I think it was like a day and a half later, Michigan announces the hiring of Whittingham. Who had stepped down from Utah. And that's where everybody is like, they have their questions about him. I don't think anybody questions his ability as a coach, Trevor, but they're just curious, how long is he going to stay? So you asked it, what's your grade of the Michigan hire? Guys, we want to hear you in the comments. Drop your grades for this hire. And Trev, what do you think, man?
Oh, man. As far as an optics standpoint for across the country, I think generally speaking across the country, it is viewed as an A+ hire just because of his mentality, the way he operates, his longevity, general reputation across all college football is about as good as you can get as far as college football coaches go. Yeah. I mean, I would say for the last, at least 5 to 10 years, he's been considered in the top 10 of coaches.
I'd say so, yeah.
For at least the last 10 years. So with that kind of consistency, you that's the kind of thing that Michigan needs, 1,000%. For my personal grade, I give it an A. It's not an A+ for me. Because I think that the only thing that downgrades it just a little bit for the A+ for me is his age.
Mm-hmm.
Because at any point in time, he could be like, that's it. This is too much. And I'm done. And I don't think he'll do that. I mean, he did sign a 5-year contract. So we'll kind of see how this plays out. And I've seen some predictors going all the way crazy, like semifinal in year 2 of the CFP with Michigan and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not there yet. I want to see what the team looks like with him at the helm this coming season. But
yeah,
all in all, I like the offense that he's planning on bringing to Michigan. I like the new age offense. He's not planning on going back to, fullbacks and all that other stuff. Like, he's still going to be new age offense, which should benefit Bryce Underwood and the running backs. So yeah, overall, I think an A. But I am cautiously optimistic as far as how the team reacts to the new schemes, the new offense, because it's going to be a new defensive scheme, because there's no Wink Martindale. He's gone. It's a new offensive scheme. But that's really a benefit, I feel like, because I think that Chip Lindsey, goodbye, good luck, have fun at Missouri. But bye, Felicia, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, the more we find out about this year, I feel like the harder it is to judge the
anybody. Like, as far as this goes, like, I mean, clear house. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brendan, but Tony Alford is staying, correct?
Yeah, that came out about 45 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, that Tony Alford, the running backs coach, is staying on. And he's familiar with Whittingham. I believe his brother coached with or played for Whittingham back in the day. So there's familiarity in the family.
And a couple of the current recruits that are coming in have actually family members that were on this year's Utah team.
Yeah, I think that's a smart hire to keep him on. I mean, obviously, look at Michigan's running back rotation, even down to Kudzall. When Michigan got down, with the injury bug,
right?
And he stepped up and he helped win Michigan games. So I think that shows, the coaching ability, but also recruiting. What's up?
Hey, Levi, I think it is a great hire. You're right, but I kind of disagree with you. The fact that he did the same thing with Lane that Lane did. He stepped down because he didn't want to. He stated that he didn't want to overstay his welcome. Is the reason he walked away and stepped down from the program. More than likely, he met with a lot of the leadership of the university before he made that decision.
Yeah.
I would almost guarantee that. So it is, in my opinion, it is completely different situation than what Lane was, where Michigan wasn't courting him before everything. Like, Michigan wasn't courting anybody because they weren't expecting to fire their coach. So in that regard, I feel like that in this situation, it would probably be a little different, but it is a great hire. And if I was a Utah fan, I wouldn't be too happy about it. But I have been seeing a lot of positive comments from Utah fans about, well, I guess I didn't expect to have becoming a Michigan fan on my bingo card, but
and to what Levi said, he didn't see all that. Yeah, and that's fine. It can look like that way on an outside perspective, and I maybe feel the same way if, like, on Twitter, LSU or Ole Miss fans were pissed. They hate Lane Kiffin out. They're glad he's gone. They don't want anything to do with him. On the other hand, Utah fans have known for a couple of years that Morgan Scalley has been their head coach in waiting. And Whittingham, even he said in his presser, he's like, I made a mistake at Utah in saying that I was ready to be done. Like, I was ready to, have a head coach in waiting. He wanted him, but he wasn't ready for it yet. Last year, he was considering, moving on, but Utah had that rough season because, quarterback issues. And he's like, I didn't feel right going out on that. I can't go out on that note. So they went in, had a 10-2 season. And then, looking at your comments. Yeah. So that was rumors. The whole thing, like, well, he's tired. And a lot of that, I think, was a lot of unsubstantiated rumors. I think he had made things where he's like, well, maybe I'll step down and just be with my family and enjoy that. But he said in the presser, and he's like, hey, I still got gas in the tank. I want to coach. I saw this opportunity and it just lights a fire. So I think they happened pretty close together. I think within like 2 days of, Sharon being fired to Whittingham stepping down. But I can see your point, though, especially on the outside looking in. Oh, well, he said he's not going to leave, and then he does. But no, at least with them, Utah having a head coach in waiting, I think that makes the situation much, much more manageable.
There's an easier transition for Utah than there would be anywhere else.
Now, Whittingham's going to take. It sounds like he's going to take their OC from them. You might get some players from the portal. That's just going to happen. I mean, Michigan had that happen when Harbaugh went to the pros. You lose staff members. But no, I think it's a good question. It's a good point, and I think I would maybe feel the same way if I saw Utah fans being as upset as I saw Ole Miss fans earlier. But yeah, I'd probably grade it, Trevor, in that A- category. I'm excited about it. I really like him as a coach. And Blake's coming in. Let's see if we can get him in here. There he is. What's going on, Blake?
What's up?
Just talking a little bit about Whittingham and our grade for the hire. And we were just, talking in the comments with Levi. He talked about, if he thought it was kind of similar to what Lane Kiffin did to Ole Miss, Whittingham leaving Utah. So we've been having that conversation. I said A-, like I was an A+ would have been, the big splashy Dillingham or DeBoer, the young guy, the hot name. But with the way Whittingham coaches, how long he's been in the game, the stability it can bring to Michigan, to try and clear out the noise that's been there. That's to me what brings it up to like an A-. Otherwise, it's just a solid hire. It's smart. It's safe. I think it's.
And he has a track record of building from the lines out.
Yeah.
His offensive defensive lines are always a strong part of the part of his teams in general. So I think that's why it's just a great match as far as a hire goes for what Michigan is known for and what he is also known for.
Yeah, I agree. He was the best option for sure. You didn't have to go and, hope that some lesser coach panned out or whatever. I think he'll course correct the program in general. It's obviously not going to be a long-term thing with him, but I think this just buys time, lets everything die down, and then their next hire will probably be the big splash.
Yeah, and he signed a 5-year contract. So, I mean, hey, you run that, and if he wants to sail off into the sunset and go hang out with his grandkids, then Michigan will be at this juncture again. Trev, what were you saying, buddy?
I was going to say, I think Dillingham would still be in play 3-4 years from now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
if he's still doing the same things that he is doing without any improvements from Arizona State, I think that would be the time to probably go after him.
Yeah, clean house and
get the young guy
image, keep playing well, and Michigan will find something down the line. But in the end, I think it's a solid hire. Guys, again, let us know in the comments what you think. Levi, thank you for your comments. We appreciate that in the conversation.
Absolutely.
All right, Trev. Next up, we've got the bowl games, correct?
Yeah, bowl game preview.
Anything else? I think the only other coaching thing that popped up just recently today was Clemson fired their OC. So they needed. I mean, that's something that they needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we talked about the coordinators, and as far as Clemson needs to fire the entire staff and start over.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole I don't know. Clemson needs to figure it out because they've been on a downward trend. Heavy.
And can we just talk about the downward trend of Cade Club Me in the Face Klubnik? I'm just saying, that is that is from Heisman candidacy all the way down to the bottom of the barrel of QBs. I feel like that every Power 4 QB is better than Cade Klubnik or viewed that way right now.
I mean, I'd take Davis Warren over him, and he just transferred from Michigan.
Yep.
I don't know, Blake. What do you think about old club me in the face and that for Clemson?
I never got I've been on the bandwagon with Trevor from the get-go. I just never really it was media hype more than anything. Like there was never any on the field thing.
Spectacular stuff happening.
I was never impressed by him.
Yeah, prior to last year, I mean, it was nothing. And then last year he had this really come on season. And then like you said, this year it was like falling down to earth completely. Same with Nussmeier at LSU. Same with Drew Aller. You know, those three big quarterbacks, and
indeed, Barbara, indeed. He got clubbed in the face for sure.
All three of them, though, like they really just had like one or two big moments that it was all this hype around them. There was never like an established season to be like, whoa, they're legit.
Yeah,
I agree completely.
But outside of that, I guess you mentioned coaching staff, Trevor, for Michigan real quick. I don't know who else they're going to get. It looks like the possibility for the BYU defensive coordinator, Jay Hill. A lot of people seem to really like that name across college football from what I've seen.
I still would not be mad if Wink Martindale stayed. I would not be mad.
Yeah, I'd be happy with Wink, especially knowing what we know now, the bullshit he dealt with Sharon. Yeah. Outside of that, it sounds like Utah's running O-line coach is coming with them, and the OC. But I think from what I've been reading from reports, is that you're going to find out the staff pretty quickly after the 1st of January, because even Whittingham said that there's still guys coaching bowl games, some are in the playoffs. So I'm curious who he's talking about on that, and we'll see. But either way, let's get into these bowl games, guys, and talk about some of these games coming up. Obviously, it's a little bit harder to judge bowl games now with some of the opt-outs. People still say, do the teams show up? Do they care? But the first one we're going to talk about is Tennessee and Illinois, both 8-4. On the season, both kind of disappointed where their years ended up. In Illinois, I think is kind of right in that area where we said about 8 to a 9 win team. Tennessee, though, I think they had more aspirations than what they ended on. So, guys, what do you think about this one? Who you got in the game? Just quick hits on these.
Well, Tennessee always feels like they are championship bound, but
they live in fantasy land.
They literally always do. Illinois, on the other hand, they were definitely living in fantasy land. I was not buying into this whole Illinois is going to the Big Ten championship. No.
There was folks had them in the playoffs
and I go either way on this one, guys. And I lean to say that the angrier team will more than likely win, and I think that would be Tennessee. I think they would come in more angry than Illinois would be, because Illinois is just going to be happy to be there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going with Illinois because I will never pick Tennessee.
I figured.
Yeah, and honestly, both these teams have a couple of key opt-outs, but for the most part, I think they're ready to rock and roll. I think it's going to be a fun game.
It should be a good game, yeah.
You could see a sloppy start. Again, it's been a while. Everybody's knocking some of the dust off and the rust, and then from there, I do have Illinois getting the win at the end. But I think it'll be a close, ugly game, and I'll take Altmaier at quarterback, in this one. All right, absolutely. Next one up that I've got on my list here is the USC versus TCU game. Lincoln Riley and them, I feel like they've been just hammered with all this media noise about the Notre Dame series being canceled. I might be skipping. I don't know if you guys see that or not.
No, that's the next one I had on it. That's definitely it.
But so like Notre Dame, USC, that series is done apparently because Notre
Dame's a bunch of pussies.
Yes. They want to play USC at the end of the season. USC is cowards. Like, play us in September. If you want to keep this, let's play it in September. We're already playing 9 conference games in the Big Ten. I don't want to have to play you in November when we're about to play, Michigan, or go play, Oregon, or somebody else. And I can get, why does it matter?
It matters.
It's not a conference game. It
matters because Notre Dame can sit there and schedule a soft schedule all the way till they play these bigger games.
Very true.
When USC and all these other teams that grew a pair and are in a conference, they have to play the schedule out.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame fans are like, well, we have to play games in the ACC. Yeah, but it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, a lot of people are hounding on USC right now, but I'm honestly on USC side as much as I.
No, I don't even understand why people would be hounding USC. Honestly, it should be hounding Notre Dame. But
You can't do that though. They're the almighty.
You can't do that to the favorites.
Yeah, everybody's been riding that. I won't say what I was going to say. Either way, I didn't have anything else to say, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stop on
let it go.
But either way, USC, TCU, I think this is a cool matchup. I know, Hoover's entered the transfer portal. I didn't see if he was playing in the game or not. That would change that big time if he isn't. But let me double check here. What do you guys think on it?
USC. I was never really impressed with TCU throughout the season. And what better way than to go out and show everybody that you were disappointed in your season by beating TCU?
Oh, yeah.
And they are without Hoover. Confirmed.
I mean, USC, I think, is just going to walk away with this one a little bit. But that being said, that they do have a bad tendency, just like some of the other teams, of playing down to their competition a bit. Yeah,
and what I'm seeing here is, Hoover's out. They're going to have some key guys out for TCU. But, I think USC gets the dub here, boys. Next one up, Iowa. They're playing Vandy. What do you guys think on this one? I think this is a cool matchup. Strong defenses. We'll see.
Iowa.
You got Iowa in it?
Heck no. I got Vandy on this one.
Vandy in the Fighting Pavies.
I just don't think Vandy's capable against that defense.
Yeah,
that's possible.
That's kind of where I'm at too. I've
seen Pavia against the big defenses, and he doesn't do well.
Yeah, well, and especially after the whole thing where he feels like he got snubbed from the Heisman, and he's been how on it is he? How ready is he to play this game? In Iowa, they really turned it up towards the end of the season.
They did,
even against the best teams in the league. Oregon, they lost by 2 points,
and they
lost that tight game. Yeah, they've been throwing better. They've been running, and then of course defensively, it's just always a stout, tough team to play. So I took Iowa in this one. I think it'll be close, and somehow special teams will get Iowa over the edge somewhere. All right, moving on. Arizona State, Duke. This one's a lot of opt-outs in this one. For the Arizona State side, Levitt's gone, quarterback. He was dealing with injury throughout the season, but Duke, they feel like they're snubbed from the playoffs after winning the ACC. So what do you guys think here? I'd probably take Duke with
first of all, Duke, slow your roll, Duke.
Easy, Seabiscuit.
They're a championship. They're the ACC reigning ACC champions.
That's the
toughest conference outside of every other conference.
Most retarded conference. Whatever.
Can we say that word?
I don't know. We're gonna find out real quick because I said it.
Say it backwards.
But I've got to go with Duke here with Mensah at quarterback. He's just too good.
Yeah.
Against, Sims. I don't see it, guys. But
no, Arizona State doesn't have good options other than
Dillingham did find some wins though with Sims at quarterback, so that's pretty impressive. They did the distractions of that's all done. So we'll see. Yeah, hey, Levi, crown them the national championship right now.
Natty champs, yep.
5 loss, doesn't matter. All right, so guys, again, let us know who you guys are picking in the comments. Drop it in the chat. We want to see who you're taking. Kirk, of course, he's gonna go with Vandy. You gotta hit that
Based.
SEC up, baby. Based. Don't redeem the card. I don't even know what that one's talking about.
No one does.
All right, let's move on and talk about the next one up. I'm picking Blake. There it is. All right, Michigan, Texas. This one, there's been so much discussion on the offseason. It's like you forget even they're playing a bowl game. But it's here. And go ahead, Trev.
No, and unfortunately, Texas is hurting.
Yeah,
they lost I would say their best running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're down 2 running backs, Wisner and then they're also down some defensive players. So that's going to be tough for them. And then it just depends, what side of Arch do you get? He had some fine moments, at the end of the season, coming up against Arkansas and then Texas A&M. They had a good win. And then Michigan, the goon goblin, he's out. He's not there anymore. So you you don't have somebody texting OnlyFans models instead of doing halftime adjustments. So I mean, I don't know. Biff, he's got the team locked in. Whittingham's going to be there on the sideline. So God dang, these comments. We love the comments. We love it.
But on the flip side, I mean, the coordinators, like everything has changed with the dynamic of the team. Like the only one that has a normal head coach is Texas. And okay, here we go. It's about to go off the rails here, folks. Here we go.
Sorry, Trevor. What were you talking about?
I don't know. I forget.
No, you're right. So Wink is still there.
I mean, Wink's still there. So the defense, I think, will still be solid.
Yeah.
Offense, who knows? I really don't know how they're going to call that game.
Yeah. It's just going to be an interesting fight with the opt-outs for Texas and then all the noise and change up from Michigan. But Jordan Marshall's healthy. Bryce Underwood's had a couple more practices under him. Michigan has 3 opt-outs with Barham. Really, I guess you consider 4 since Hausman's completely stepped off the team. But Derek Moore on the edge is out. Barham's out. And then Al-Hadi on the line. But I don't see that very consequential. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a tight game, boys. I initially picked Texas, but with all the opt-outs, I don't know, man.
I'm going to be based and pick Michigan.
Yeah. The Goon Goblin's gone. Let's go blue. Go Michigan. Blake, you going horns?
Oh, he's going horns. All right.
Yeah.
I will never pick Michigan.
Never again.
I will say that. Not while I'm co-hosting with 2 Michigan fans. I will not pick Michigan.
That's fair. That's fair. We understand. All right, let's move on and talk about another team that's dealing with some portal losses, and that's Nebraska versus Utah. Utah, right now, I haven't seen anybody really opting out, even though Whittingham has been hired again. Scally's been there. He's their coach in waiting. They're still the coordinators are still coaching the bowl game. Dampier is ready to rock and roll. But on the other hand, Rayola's gone from Nebraska. The coaching staff gone. I think Nebraska's cooked. I think Utah's probably one last hurrah here and just run through them.
It wouldn't make a difference if Ravioli was even there anyways.
Yeah. Team U Mahomes. Oh, man. Yeah. I love it. I love the comments, guys. Thank you.
God.
All right. So we're all picking Utah, right? The Utes
the Utes are going to walk away with this one.
All right, let's look at Miami and get into the playoffs here. Obviously these are a little bit more. He thinks he is. He tried to go to Texas Tech, but they said nope, not happening. All right, playoff side of it. The first one up is Miami versus Ohio State, guys. And this one, a lot of people have been talking. Ohio State's going to blow them out of the water. But guys, when I look at this, the Miami defense has played solid most of the year. They locked down Texas A&M. I think with the edge rushers that Miami has, they can put some pressure on Ohio State and cause problems. When you look at Ohio State, the best defenses they have played in Indiana and Texas, their offense struggled heavy. What do you guys think in this one? Is that going to matter or not?
Yeah, and I think Sayan struggled in both of those games, at least the beginning parts of those games.
Yeah, they were fine. They were fine outcomes, but they weren't super impressive.
Yeah, so I'm always going to lean towards the experienced quarterback when it comes to these kind of games. So I'm already leaning towards Miami. I think they have more actual team speed than Ohio State. I think Ohio State's more experienced. I think that they are much more physical, maybe not on the defensive side, but offensively, as far as the point of attack, their line of scrimmage, I think the running game should take hold in this game. But it's going to be Miami's defense versus Ohio State's offense, because I really think that Miami's going to get theirs on their offensive side of the ball, because I think their team speed on the offensive side of the ball will show through against that so-called awesome defense of Ohio State.
Interesting. Blake, what do you think?
I think it depends on what Carson Beck shows up to the game, because he's either really bad or really decent.
Yeah.
And that now offensively, Miami, they are kind of they go to 10 a lot, and they rely on 10 to make a lot of plays.
That's true.
And without him, I mean, they're kind of lackluster offensively, especially if Beck is not on. And defensively, they do what Miami does, and they give up the big plays. The Texas A&M, I mean, they looked good, but A&M, I've never really been on the bandwagon. I don't do the Qatar money thing.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't really impressed by that. But Ohio State, I do think they have a really solid defense. And like how Trevor goes with the experience in the quarterback, I go with the head coach, and Mario Cristobal just does not win the big ones when they matter.
That's right.
And Ryan Day, I'm going to go with him in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's hard to choose against Ohio State, and I do think their defense is top notch. I mean, they've been on it all year. Even the Indiana game was just a tight slugfest, and you're looking to see if it's going to be a similar game to what Miami just played against Texas A&M, because Texas A&M has got a good D too, and they played hard. But I agree, it comes down to Beck. How is did I say what I think is? But it does come down to Beck and how much he really steps up, because that Texas A&M game was like, it was almost non-existent. Like, where the hell is this guy? He's a veteran quarterback. He's played in these types of games before. Yes, you hit Tony plenty, but I want to see more. Get the tight ends involved. Fletcher, on the other hand, their running back, I think he's a good back. He'll find the hole, but he doesn't. When I watch him, he just doesn't have that top end speed to just like make that one cut and he's done. He gashes you completely. He'll get you 20, 30 yards, maybe in like that middle section. You saw that a couple times, but not enough to make that last safety miss and go all the way. And that's what you need to beat Ohio State. You've got to have some explosiveness, and not just from one guy. So we'll see. I do think Ohio State's going to come away with this one defensively. They'll probably make Beck make a mistake. And I do trust, I hate saying it, Day, but I just feel like that one, it's going to be a close game.
If I was to be the devil's advocate, I would probably say I more or less don't trust Day, but I trust, believe it or not, the defensive coordinator more so than actual Ryan Day.
Yeah.
The way he's called defenses this whole season, like I think he's done a phenomenal job.
I mean, you can't argue with it. I mean, they're up there.
They're up there. I think it is going to be a tight game. I could see Miami winning. I really could.
If it's a tight game, I think Miami should win.
If Carson Beck is on, they definitely can.
Yes.
I mean, it just depends on Mario Cristobal and his decision making.
That too. And he got his playoff win. So he's like, holy shit, maybe that's opened up a new door for him. He's won the big one, and he's ready for more. But this game comes down to Messidor and Bain on the edge and pressuring Sayin into a mistake, which we've seen the last couple of weeks that he's played. He's made mistakes early, and then he's kind of reset. Yep. All right, let's move on and talk about Oregon, Texas Tech. This is going to be, I think, a hell of a fight. Texas Tech's defense I like a lot. I think they've got damn good players on there on the edge. With Bailey is fantastic as a rush end, and he can drop back into coverage. And then Morton, I like Morton at quarterback. But on the other side, Dante Moore's been playing really well. They got speed back. Their wide receiver, everybody seems to be healthy, and they're ready to try and make a run. We talked about that, Trevor, in the pre-playoff episode was who's primed to make a run. Well, Oregon's healthy. They're ready to go. Guys, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I just like the bracket and the way it kind of shapes out for Oregon. Don't get me wrong. I like Texas. It's a great story for this season. Fantastic. But no. No Big 12 team, I think, will ever make it to the semis, in my opinion.
Oh, man.
But that's just me. I just think that the SEC and the Big 10 are just so overpowered with talent that I think that everything that you saw this year with Texas Tech, I think will come out and it will just be shown. It'll show the talent difference. While they've been good against the competition that they've been going up against, now they're going to go up against a different level.
That's fair.
I actually like Texas Tech in this game. Oregon, they do turn the ball over. Texas Tech, though strength of schedule wise, maybe slightly less than Oregon, but the only big games Oregon played, they lost. So,
yeah.
I mean, their biggest game was Indiana. They didn't win it. And aside from that, did they really play a high caliber opponent? Which the same thing can be said for Texas Tech, but that road win at Utah in an absolute dominant fashion, the Houston and BYU, I think those are all good wins. And I like the offense. I like Baron Morton. And I think the defense that they have is good enough to stop and slow down Oregon. And I think they can score with Oregon. I mean, Oregon will give points up. They've proven that.
Morton has to play very smart this game. He does not need to be a hero. And sometimes you'll see that in his game where he tries to force it. But I think that he is going to come out and show. I like his game. He is a gamer. He's big and he's been in some big moments and comebacks. For if Texas Tech is going to win this game, which I have them doing in a tight one, they're going to have to weather the storm. It's been damn near a month since they've played. Oregon, at least they got to play in this back and forth game against JMU. They got their guys.
They got up really big, and then they played their second string, and that's when JMU started scoring.
They're getting that that flow. The backups are in. Guys are getting those reps, and on the other hand, Texas Tech's been sitting and they're waiting. So this is one of those things that people bitch about the playoff is. Why is that fair for the number 4 seed? The top 4 to just sit there.
Dan Lanning said it best. It should be 1 week every weekend. There should be playoff games going.
Yeah, I agree. We'll talk probably about that another time. But either way, I'm taking Texas Tech here. I think it will be close, but I agree. I think that there's enough talent out there. It's the Big 12 is a fun conference. It's interesting, and Oregon better be ready. But Texas Tech weathered the storm. Let's move on, guys, and let's talk about Alabama, Indiana. I guess let's do a check on the comments real quick.
Yeah, hang on. I got a comment. Hang on.
All right.
So just to be clear, it's not cough Clemson. It's cough the ACC team that's actually in the playoff. It'd be Miami. I'm just saying. It's like why are we even talking about this? Why are we talking about Clemson? I don't understand.
I think he's picking.
He's making a joke about my beginning of the season pick, but we're at the end of the season. We're in the playoff.
Everybody had Clemson as some sort of. I mean, with the talent they had, the quarterback after his great season last year, there's reason for Clemson to. I know, Jared, you were somehow on some bullshit train where you said that they're losing like 5 games, and somehow you got it right. But listen, everything pointed towards them having a good year.
All I know is that everything pointed towards Florida State having a worse season than Clemson. So whatever.
You can't say anything about it. Facts are facts.
Facts are facts. It's a trash fucking university.
Oh man,
sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine. And I will say he's not wrong. Colt, you're not wrong. There's money out in other places too. All right, let's talk about Alabama, Indiana. There's been a lot of good shit talk on Twitter this week, which you never would expect Indiana to be shit talking Alabama. It's what a fucking timeline. But it's been pretty fun to watch between both of them, guys. Your immediate thoughts on this game? Who's getting the win? Is it there's supposed to be rain? Is what I'm seeing here in the Rose Bowl. So that might be something to consider.
I'll let y'all go first.
Trev?
Well, if in fact it is raining, it'll make it more interesting. I still think Alabama is lacking a running game. So I don't think Indiana is going to worry about that much, to be perfectly honest. They'll let their front 7 deal with that, or the linebackers and D linemen just kind of deal with it. They're not going to add any safety help or anything like that, and they'll worry about the passing game. And on the offensive side of the ball for Indiana, that'll be a more interesting conversation as far as how they play that with a rainy field in Pasadena with real grass, which will get nasty real quick. if it is in fact raining.
Yeah.
If it is raining, I think that it's going to be a tight game. Maybe, I don't know, what did you say, like 31 points total for the whole game probably scored if it's raining and
I'm
like
not even sure what their over under is on that, but I could see it being a low scoring
like
game.
A 7, like
either
maybe
way.
like even like a 27 point game, like a 17-10 game, something like that, where I could see that happening if it's inclement. Now, if it's clear skies and everything's going, I think I have questions about Alabama's defense being able to slow them down. Because, I mean, I would say that Ohio State's defense is better than Alabama's at this point in the season.
Yeah.
And Indiana kind of took care of that whole like Ohio State's better than them thing. So I think I'm going to stick with Indiana on this one. And if it's inclement weather, I'll probably eat crow on that one. But
see, I'd almost think that it raining leans more to Indiana winning. Because with the running game issues that Bama has had, they're relying on Simpson to be the guy in the O-line to hold up. So I mean, if it is raining more, maybe that causes more problems and more tighter boxes, for Bama to try to run through. But I think it will be a tight game. I mean, Bama's still obviously loaded with talent. Ty Simpson's a damn good quarterback. I do think that the loss of the D tackle,
Levi Collin is shot.
Yeah, he hit straight up best game of the year. I do think though, the D tackle for Indiana, who went down with the self-inflicted injury from celebrating, is just brutal. I think that'll hurt a little bit, but I think it's going to be down to Mendoza in the end, and maybe the last 2 drives of the game type thing, settling it out. Maybe like a 10-point win for Indiana late, maybe an interception or a fumble or some sort of mistake, really ends the game for Alabama. I worry too much about their run attack, but we'll see. Blake, what about you?
So I think defensively, Alabama will be the best team that they faced all season, Indiana facing Bama. I think they can cause a lot of problems. If we can do how we did against LSU, Oklahoma, Georgia, the first go around, I mean, we caused a lot of chaos in the backfield, and it really affected the quarterback play. But another thing, like this was just a stat that I had found. Ty Simpson versus ranked opponents, 1,386 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks, 112 of 179 passing. Mendoza versus ranked opponents, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 670 yards, 48 of 77.
Sure.
So Mendoza does struggle when he plays against more quality defenses. Like Penn State, no, they aren't the greatest team, but still a solid defense. He did struggle. He did make the plays to win those games too.
Yeah.
But Simpson's done the same thing. He struggled a lot of the times and still ended up making the plays to win the game. But that's what's expected of the quarterback. But when you measure those two against each other, just to me, I'm going Ty Simpson. Defensively, I think when Bama played Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma was the best defense in the country. And I think if we can move the ball against them, we can move the ball against Indiana. But Indiana's going to want this game, and they are set out to prove it. And Cignetti is a great coach. He will have something up his sleeve. But I think the same thing for DeBoer. And we have found somewhat of a running game late in the season. I mean, it was a struggle all season, but our last 2-3 games, we have gotten somewhat of a running game going.
Yeah.
And we did have some success against Oklahoma running the ball. And maybe we have finally found, our echelon to do that. And we've got a lot of people healthy again, and that's going to make a huge difference. So
and to, like we mentioned earlier, they've played recently. They're a little bit more not rusty as Bama, and Indiana's been sitting there just watching and waiting, and that's tough. So we'll see another one that maybe Indiana has to weather an early storm. Kind of like the Alabama game where Bama had to weather that storm and come back. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a fun game.
Well, before we move to the next game, let's talk about Florida State's bowl game real quick.
Hey,
all right, let's go to the next one.
I got nothing on that. No notes here. I didn't see it. They're like Notre Dame this year.
They might as well be relegated to the Southwest Conference.
They love losing so much that they are extending Mike Norvell's contract because he will win here, and each year he swears they're going to win.
You know what? Let's relegate them to the Sun Belt because that's where they belong.
Yes.
Oh, one last thing for Bama. I do like Hill. He's been a very nice breath of fresh air for Bama.
We got Kevin Raleigh back. Our whole offensive line is healthy. LT Overton's back. I mean, I really like where we're sitting for this game.
Bama has the tools to do it, but we'll see. I do think it'll be a tough match. Let's talk this last one here. Ole Miss, Georgia. I think everybody's writing Ole Miss off just because of Lane Kiffin being gone, but Ole Miss has been saying that he wasn't the one calling the plays anyway. So who gives a shit? Screw Lane Kiffin. Yep. Chambliss, he's been on it. He's been playing really good. If I had to pick one of the quarterbacks, I'd probably take Chambliss over Stockton to be a starter. And there's moments Stockton looks fine, and others I'm just not impressed.
Has it been confirmed that Chambliss is actually playing this game? Because he is entering the portal.
I haven't seen anything about him entering the portal or.
Yeah, it came out like weeks ago.
Oh shit! Maybe I missed that. But no,
I'll have to hang on. I'll you keep talking. I'll
I haven't seen anything on that. Let me know. But yeah, if right now it's my understanding he's playing in this, and they're ready to rock and roll. I mean, he played in the game against Tulane as well. But I just think this is going to be a dangerous game for Georgia. Georgia's got a very strong defense. I know that they've got talent on offense as well. But when it comes down to Stockton having some moments, I don't know if I trust him. I did pick Georgia to win, but I would not write off Ole Miss at all. And I might even go back and look at my bowl pick 'em here because the more I look at it and talk about it, the more I kind of think Ole Miss has a pretty good chance here. Guys, what do you think, Blake?
Well, Ole Miss had a chance in the season. I mean, they were very close to pulling it off.
Yeah,
but I still just think Kirby Smart is the best coach in college football, and
it's hard to bet against Kirby, man.
He makes the best adjustments, and he knows how to win games, and that's why I've got Georgia. It's so hard to pick against him.
Yeah,
he's playing.
Yeah. And Levi, I get it, man. I'm kind of in that same realm. Like I know there's a lot of distraction. It's hard that you lose a head coach, but I could see him making some noise in this one. But yeah,
I think so. For me in this game, I have Georgia, and I think that in the college football playoff right now, Georgia is the most well-rounded team out of everybody.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think Ole Miss is. I think they are a good team. They're a solid team. I love Trinidad Chambliss, and I'm rooting for the guy to have a great game, honestly, because he's from Michigan, from a D2 school, winning natties with Ferris State and getting picked up by Ole Miss on a flyer and got his chance and ran with it. So, like, of all of those storylines, I'm rooting for Trinidad Chambliss, but I really think that Georgia's going to be too much overall for Ole Miss.
Yeah. And I'll say since they've played, I mean, they played Georgia in the middle, I think in the middle of the season, somewhere around there. Chambliss came on maybe just week 3, 4. So, I mean, now he's had a full season to really get into the groove. So that makes me a little bit more like, okay, this could really be a tight match. But we'll see. I'm still going to pick Georgia here in a tough battle. But Kirby's the guy. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I mean, that's it on the playoff games. And then we'll talk about, the next round after this is all said and done after the new year comes and passes. But I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm excited to watch it. We got good bowl games starting, really tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's the Tennessee game.
At my watch and there's nothing here.
Tennessee game. The Tennessee game's tomorrow.
And you get the primer at 1:00 with the Beachcocks of Coastal Carolina playing Louisiana Tech. So that's a cool one. Interesting uniform matchup. The game, who knows what the hell is going to happen. But 4:30, get ready for Tennessee, Illinois. And again, let us know in the comments, who you think is going to win it all, who's going to win these matchups. We want to hear from you, and we'll get back to you. Gents, anything before we shut her down for the night?
Nope.
Well, have a great New Year, everybody. We'll see you in 2026.
Hell yeah, we appreciate you guys. Oh, hold on, we got a comment at the end there, Blake. We got one more.
Let's see.
Hey, I liked how you close it. Can we talk about
I saw Cam Coleman enter the portal. My thing with him is
somebody's going to give him many millions of dollars to come to
He wants a lot of money, and I just don't think he's that proven. And you're only going to get him for a season.
Well, here's the thing is that you don't really have to be proven to get paid because, frankly, it's all about the potential.
Yeah.
And some of that, I don't know. Like, there's times he looked really damn good in moments. I think
if he fell into the right system, I think if he fell into the right system, he would be a first-round pick in the draft for sure.
He needs to go to a place that has a legitimate quarterback. You can't go play with Jackson Arnold. And who the fuck was there the year before? The guy from Michigan State, Peyton Thorne.
Yeah,
you can't. You're one of the top wide receivers, coming out of the country, in high school, and that's your quarterbacks. That's who you pick to play with. Come on now. So it's
portal season. The portal season
Underwood at Michigan. But
I'll tell you what, the portal season this season is going to be nuts with the amount of people that's going to be in it.
I think Texas has had like 4 running backs.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, before you got on, we were talking about that a little bit. Yeah,
they're
Homer.
I don't understand that. I just ignored it.
They're talking shit in the comments. I think
I don't understand
between Bama and Florida State, which is always beautiful.
Y'all, I mean, you guys know that Cam Coleman's at Auburn, right? I'm just.
Oh, there's a rumor that Bama's trying to get his ass. So.
Oh well.
Yeah, I want the other dude from Auburn. What's his name? Number 11. I can't think of his name. I try my best to not know Auburn players.
Yeah,
but Cam Coleman, I mean, he helps Bama win. I mean, he loves Alabama, evidently.
I know it's not
that ball for us at the end there.
Yeah. I know it's not anybody that we've talked about right now, but if I'm looking for portal wide receivers, I'm going to Baylor. Those dudes.
Yes, all of them can fly.
Like
they all can fly.
They're huge and they can catch. I think it was Trigg. I don't know if he's got any more eligibility, but I want that dude on my team. It's just insane. But we'll cover more about the portal and all that stuff. Remember, it opens on the 2nd officially. So after
we'll be taking notes and watching who goes where.
Yeah,
because as soon as it opens, people will be.
We're gonna be on it like Blue Bonnet, baby, and. Can't believe it's not butter. All right. We appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great night, and we will see you later.
Adios.
Happy New Year, everybody.